Stranger Things is arguably one of the biggest shows in TV today, and is considered as one of the foundations of the popular streaming service, Netflix. Its 80s setting, combined with sci-fi horror, takes its viewers in a time machine as they live out how life was like in the 80s with their own twist of monsters, of course. Season 3 was nothing short of spectacular, and in typical Stranger Things fashion, it leaves us with more questions than answers. And today's video is about the questions that need answering in Stranger Things Season 4. What happened to Jim Hopper? The most obvious question has to be regarding the fate of one of the most beloved characters in the show, Jim Hopper. Season 3 provided a classic tear-jerk moment that left us fans in an emotional state while screaming at the screen. Spoiler alert, Jim Hopper died. But did he really? Sure, his fate couldn't have been any good, as the last time we saw him on screen, things weren't really working out for him. And as he had to sacrifice himself to save his beloved friends who turned into family. But it is important to remember how he doesn't technically die either. Remember, one of the rules of filmmaking is to always show, especially when it comes to the death of one of the main characters of the series. When other characters have been killed, we always see the bodies. So, what are the chances that one of the important characters like Hopper doesn't even get an on-screen death? The show is definitely leaving the door open on that Hopper may have survived that explosion. Maybe he's the one being held captive by the Russians, or maybe he found himself in the Upside Down. But definitely, this is one question that needs to be answered when Season 4 finally drops. Who was the American the Russians are holding? With the final scene of Season 3 being a post-credit scene, you saw that the Russians have a secret facility where they seem to be feeding a Demogorgon. In that scene, one of the soldiers approaches the door when one of them snaps back, "No, not the American." Like what we discussed previously, numerous people have theorized that it has to be Hopper. After all, who else could it be? And that is where the interesting question pops up for the Stranger Things fandom. If not Hopper, who could it be exactly? It could be the perfect setup for Hopper's survival, but we shouldn't set anything on stone. One of the great things that has contributed to Stranger Things' success, after all, is its unpredictability. It could literally be anyone behind that door. We haven't seen Dr. Brenner in the season. Could it be him? Or maybe it's Murray. I mean, if anybody could get captured by the Russians, it's probably him. And maybe it really is Hopper. All the signs are pointing to that direction so far. Nevertheless, come Season 4, we should be finding out who the Russians are keeping and why they are doing so. Will 11 remain powerless? One of the biggest surprises of the third season is how our beloved 11 lost her out-of-this-world powers. And with that, it creates a unique arc for the character to come through. The whole season of Season 3 has shown 11 trying to come to terms with being a normal human being like the rest of her friends. Being born telekinetic has never been easy for her, especially considering how almost all forms of military government want to take a piece of her. Yet at the same time, her powers are what makes her the 11 we all know and love. Seeing her balance her gift with trying to be human has been amazing, and for her powers to be taken away from her the way it did was so emotional on so many levels. It seems unlikely that she'll be normal forever, but we'll never know with Stranger Things. It's definitely something that we will be looking forward to when the new season comes around. If only Netflix could drop it sooner. We all know we have the time now staying at home. Where did everybody else go? Will they return to Hawkins? We all remember the final time the gang was together, and it presents that huge question of, are we going to see them together again? Will any of them return to Hawkins? It's no surprise that after Hopper's death, the Byers family, including 11, just had to move away from Hawkins. After everything they've been through, it makes sense that they seek a new life somewhere else, somewhere safe and peaceful, and it doesn't have alien forces or government agents trying to hunt them down. Maybe it's what these characters deserve after experiencing such heartbreak and loss. Where will they go though? It can't be anywhere near, as Mike says himself, that he can't see 11 until Thanksgiving. The implication being that it's going to be quite the travel time and can't just be one town over. How would Johnathan and Will cope? Johnathan is leaving behind Nancy, and Will is leaving behind his friends since early childhood. And what does that mean for the rest of the gang? And will Season 4 even take place in Hawkins? Or will we be dragged to wherever Joyce, Johnathan, Will, and Eleven go? There are just too many questions we have and so little answers given how we're all itching for Season 4 to come. But we know for sure is that Season 4, rumored to be the final season, is going to take us for one hell of a ride. And considering how much we've grown to love Stranger Things, let's not take it for granted, and let's just enjoy every moment we have with this amazing show. I'll say it again, Season 4 just can't come sooner. However, there is also one question fans are dying to find out. Will Stranger Things 4 be the last season? As they all say, all good things must come to an end. There is a possibility that Stranger Things 4 could be the last ever season. How strong that possibility is, no one knows for certain. I mean, 4 seasons seems relatively short for a TV series, right? But there are some things that should get viewers worried that this could well be the last ever season for Netflix's hit sci-fi horror series. TV series are always conflicted with this reoccurring dilemma. How long should they last? To quote a famous movie, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And this couldn't be any truer for a TV series. The most obvious example is AMC's The Walking Dead. It was one of the pioneer series for the longest time, but the past couple of years, they have gotten a lot of scrutiny for dragging out the story for way too long. Think of Game of Thrones. They lasted 8 seasons, but there was a noticeable quality dip from season 5 onwards. There are shows that perfectly ended at the right time. Shows like The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, and Mad Men show how quality has been consistent from the very first season to the very last. And you can argue that the latter seasons are even better. So yes, people could be disappointed that Stranger Things 4 could be the last season, but wouldn't it be better if it ended on a high note instead of being a shade of its former self? But who's to say that Stranger Things can't maintain the quality with a couple of more seasons? If anybody can do it, it's the Duffer Brothers and Shawn Levy. This is one question that definitely needs an answer at the end of Season 4. Did you enjoy this video? Any other questions you want answered come Season 4? Are you excited for what seems to be the biggest season yet? Drop a comment below letting us know what you think and how you feel. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you get notified when we upload a new video. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to catch the next 2 videos on our channel because we guarantee that it will be even better. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all in a short while.